I have a new plan. So far I haven't been able to see the wolves, to record them, to hear them, but I have the idea that I will use a new strategy. My colleague from work lent me a portable speaker that I'm going to use right now, here in the forest. It is the beginning of February, which means that we have a wolf mating season, and I have some hopes connected with it. Now we are in the place where the wolves are found. Not exactly... whoa, it's slippery. Not exactly on the path where I find tracks, markings, feces, but more or less in this area. What is characteristic for a mating season? The fact that wolves are a little bit more active vocally. It's not the time of the year with the biggest vocal activity, but it's a bit bigger than it has been so far, and that's why I'm going to use this portable speaker and play the wolves howl. I hope they will answer. Maybe the chances are not very big, but at least there are chances. Okay, this is a good place to start our little experiments. This is where I'm going to play the howling for the first time. If the wolves don't answer, I'll repeat it elsewhere, maximum 4 times, but we'll see. Maybe we will succeed now. I need to pair the speaker with the phone and we'll see what happens. It should be loud. The howling of wolves is heard in the forest even at a distance of about 10 kilometers. I do not expect that speaker will be that good and will be heard within 10 kilometers, but I hope the voice will go as far as possible. This method is good, but not perfect. Because, well, wolves may answer or not answer. If they answer, then everything is clear. We know everything and it's great. Then we made a first interaction between us and the wolves. But if they don't answer, then unfortunately we don't know anything. Because it may mean that there are no wolves, or that there are wolves, but just in another part of their territory, somewhere far away, somewhere where they haven't heard us, or that there are wolves, they are close, they heard us, but just decided not to answer. So if they don't answer, we don't know anything. But if they do, then it's perfect. Silence. I hear nothing. Okay, the wolves don't want to cooperate, but we'll try again. please. Wolves, wolves. Well, unfortunately, the wolves are not responding now. Pity. But we'll see. We still have maximum 3 more attempts. Maybe somewhere else. Maybe they will answer us somewhere. We are going further. To the next place. And maybe we will have better luck there. In the second place, I played the recording of howling wolves twice again. Well, nothing again. Which is a pity, because hearing the howling of the wolves would be fantastic. Howling is probably the most recognizable way of communication between wolves. Of course, these animals communicate in different ways. It can be vocal communication, such as howling. It's the most recognizable. When we think about wolves, most often we think about the individual who is just howling somewhere. But wolves obviously have well-developed vocal communication. It may be a squeal, it may be a whine, it may be barking. Wolves also bark, but they do it really rarely. The barking is not too loud, too often heard. But we can also distinguish other ways of communication between wolves, and perhaps even more important ones. Because of course it is a body posture. Wolves express their emotions by the body posture, with some gestures. But scent communication is also very important. For us probably the least known so far, but it plays a key role in the lives of wolves. The howling is heard at the greatest distance, which is why I use it. As I said before, it could be up to 10 kilometers in the forest, 15 kilometers in a different environment, somewhere in the tundra, in the open area. But what does such a howl mean? This is not always a territory designation. Of course, this is a territory designation too. Wolves inform other animals and potential competitors that this territory is already occupied by this family. But howling have many different functions. This could be, for example, a function of uniting the family, uniting all individuals belonging to the pack. It can also be, for example, a call to other individuals. For example, to a hunted prey, because wolves also howl after a successful hunt. Young wolves howl, for example, to communicate with adults and call them to come over. Adult wolves also use howling for this purpose. So howling is a well-developed way of communication, and I use it because it can be heard at a really long distance. But interpersonal communication among wolves is very complicated, and we still don't know their language. Okay, unfortunately the wolves are not responding again, so we are going to try a third time. I played the howl twice again, but I still had no answer. So I went to the fourth place, where the voices of howling wolves from the speaker sounded twice one more time. That's a pity. Unfortunately, it didn't work. We are deep in the wolves' territory because the border runs several hundred meters from here, along one of the paths.
Ładnych kilkaset metrów stąd, wzdłuż jednej z dróg.
I was hoping the wolves will hear us. Maybe they did, but they just decided not to answer. As I said before, this method is good but not perfect, because it only gives us 100% answer what is going on, what is happening, where are the wolves, only if they answer. Now, cause they didn't answer, I don't know. It might be that they are just elsewhere in their territory. The territory of one wolf family can be up to 250 square kilometers. It's cold, it's harder and harder for me to talk. So this is a really big area. I don't know how far the howl from the loudspeaker was heard. The wolves had to be, or they could be, somewhere else at that time. Here, for a change, we can see nothing. I was not lucky, and the wolves clearly didn't want to show themselves. It is a highly anthropophobic species, that is, one that avoids humans as much as possible. However, I still tried, set camera traps, looked for traces, spent the next hours in the forest. Geese. From time to time I was able to find something that could be the evidence of the wolves' activity in the past, but such traces are definitely not enough. Finally, I decided to change a bit the area of my search. I heard that wolves rarely appeared in this area, but were present more often elsewhere. These are the same forests, but I had to pass a little more kilometers. For a wolf, this distance is not a problem. These animals walk an average about 25 kilometers a day, but they can walk a distance of up to 60 kilometers during one day. I found new places. Finally, for the first time since I have changed my wolf area, I found a wolf's paw print. It looks great here in this mud. I'll put a hand next to it to show how big it is. Great, I'm delighted. I am where I should be. And I take this finding as a signature. I was here, follow me. And that's what I'm going to do. The belief that the wolves could be found has returned to me, and I have a good feeling. I managed to find more traces of wolves in the area. I found more of their droppings. Finally, I knew where to set the camera trap, so it's time to leave it in the forest again. Well, spring has come. I have to confess something. Because at the beginning, when I started looking for wolves, I decided that I would be looking for them until the end of March. Today is April 10th. I'm going to take off the camera trap which has been hanging in the forest for 3 weeks, so I hope that maybe it recorded the wolves, And maybe I succeeded before the deadline that I gave myself at the beginning, until the end of the March. But if not, I will continue. I'm not going to end searching now. Not only because I put... Oh! The rodeo ran nearby. Not only because I put quite a lot of effort into it, but also because I learned a lot about the local wolves. For the sake of safety, I decided not to say a few things to the camera, but I already know quite a lot and I have a plan for the next few months, in case I failed now and the photo trap didn't record any wolf. Of course, I was hoping to record the wolves, but they didn't show up. However, there were a lot of animals in this place that these predators may be interested in. The main food of wolves are wild ungulates such as red deer and roe deer, and these animals most often are their prey. Wolves, however, also feed on other species, and in Poland they are mainly wild boar and beavers. But the list of species eaten by these animals is much longer, so this neighborhood seemed even more attractive. Finally, May has come and I had some hopes for this month, so I decided to put the trap again in the same neighborhood, but in a slightly different place. It's the beginning of June. I'm going for a camera trap. I left it in the forest exactly a month ago, at the beginning of May, and now I really believe that it could record the wolves. Why? Because I know more or less in what area the wolves have their burrow. And as I said, I left the camera trap at the beginning of May, and it is when wolf cubs are born. During this time, adults significantly limit the area in which they move. They try to stay close to the burrow. I have watched the deer many times in the place where I left the camera trap, so I think wolves have a reason to show up there. Besides, people don't go there. There aren't any vehicles for sure, no cars. And in addition, there is also a species that I know that wolves liked it before. They specialized in hunting it. So these animals really have reasons to hang around there, especially now. I believe that this time we succeeded, and I went for the camera full of hope. In the recordings I saw roe deer, red deer, and even cranes. And then I played the next video. There he was, wolf. Another one walked right behind him in front of the camera trap. Success. We did it. We finally did it. There's a wolf in the video. At least one. Unfortunately, the batteries in the camera died, so I cannot check any other recordings. Out of the 61 videos recorded by the camera trap, I have watched 14 so far. We watched with Adrian, with my friend with whom we came here. I'm curious what's next. What is in the other recordings? I'm so happy, really happy. After many months, these elusive wolves finally appeared here, in this place where I left the photo trap. There were no wolves in the next recordings. It was the only one where these hidden, mysterious animals allowed us to record them. But it wasn't that important anymore. Most importantly, I had this one video. The most important thing is that after many months we managed to see them, we did record them. Wolves. Two individuals from forests where I have never seen them before. It was a beautiful experience. The animals were exactly where we left the Conrad trap, full of fear and hope not so long ago. It was a great reward for the whole effort. The wolf, this fascinating predator, appeared and just as quickly disappeared from our sight. In his world, far away from us.